students like Arshia Sattar and various people have further developed this idea of a feminist Ramayana, that women are oppressed, and Pollock also says that it is a story to spread hatred against Muslims and Dalits. So what is your thought on that?
No. Please read Ramayana. Once you read, you will understand how great it is.
Yes.
How it kindles your aesthetic sense. Not base or egoistic, but high. Whatever date you use. After nearly 500 to 600 years, Islam comes. How can this be? There is no part of Ramayana anywhere where hatred is projected.
But his view is that Ramayana was there already, but it was a story meant for projecting hatred against external people called Rakshasas. So while Muslims were not there in the beginning, when the Muslims came, it was easy to project that, okay, you are the Rakshasas. So that is how Ramayana gets popularized. Until then, Ramayana was not very popular.
That is wrong. We have 2000 years ago in Tamil Nadu, in Tamil literature, Tamil poems, dramas, this thing is episodes or exploits are all mentioned. Now I am saying that entire great work which is called Silapadikaram, a dramatic composition ascribable to first, 2nd century AD, extolling the greatness of Chera King Sengutuvan. It is just based on, it's a wonderful poem, excellent poem, Silapadikaram, but the structure is drawn from Ramayana. And nowhere it spreads hatred. Nowhere.
So another point, another topic that you are going to discuss in the Swadeshi conference is Pollock's views on the the clash between Hindu-Buddhist, the whole Buddhist division.
Oh, this is another myth, total myth. Buddha was always considered as part and parcel of the whole Indian religion, Indian system. You see, there is an inscription in Mahabalipuram, which is near Madras. It's a 7th century inscription, Pallava inscription. There it gives Matsya Kurma Varahascha Narasimhascha Vamanaha Ramascha Buddha Kalki Dasasmrita. It's a Pallava inscription, 7th century, in the extreme south of India. Buddha is considered as an incarnation of Vishnu. You go to all great temples, medieval temples in India, from Gujarat and Saurashtra to what you call Bengal, across, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, and even you go on to Southeast Asia like Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, etc. You see that in the Vishnu image, which is consecrated in the sanctum, the 10 avatars are portrayed on the halo.
Right.
And the 9th avatar is always a Buddha. 10th century, 11th century, 12th century. If you want to go, you go to the museums and see the image of Vishnu. And there you always see Buddha. Buddha was worshipped by all the Indians. But so there is no question. There are differences, minor differences.
Well, but there's differences even within various Vedanta.
We have differences between Saiva and Vaishnava.
Yeah.
We have differences between Saiva and Sakta.
Correct.
But we don't say that he is not there. And so always, Sri, Lakshmi is there. Saraswati is there. Go to Sanchi, which has got the greatest Buddhist temple, Chaityas, stupas. You see at the entrance, Sri, Lakshmi and Vagdevi. And you go to, there are many, there is a big Mainamati in Bangladesh. It's a big stupa. And that stupa has got enclosures going around. There you have, it's a Buddhist stupa. And we have excellent Buddhist bronzes that have been excavated and displayed in the museum. But you see Ganesha is there, Kartikeya is there, Durga is there, Kali is there, Shiva is there, Vishnu is there, Brahma is there. They are all part of what you call Buddhism. So Buddhists never thought these are all separate. You go to Theravada area in Sri Lanka, You enter the Ganga Rama in Colombo, very big stupa. Just at the entrance you have 6 feet tall Mahavishnu Narayana.
Very good.
So, both the Hindus and the Buddhists, they always felt together. There may be writing here and there that always...
In Southeast Asia is still like that.
No,
No. In Angkor Wat
absolutely identical.
Yeah, yeah.
Absolutely identical.
And in Nepal.
Huh?
In Nepal also.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
You go to Cambodia, there is a very big temple which is erected by one king, a medieval king, and he erected the temple with the linga in the center. It was dedicated to his father as Bodhisattva. But Bodhisattva, in the front you have Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and at the back is Buddha. Shiva Linga, 4 faces. Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and Linga. So the whole of Southeast Asia, whole of India, northern part, southern part, Buddha was part of Indian. If you think that Hinduism is not very acceptable to you, call it Indian religion. I don't mind.
Yeah.
It is one.
It is one. So we've talked about 3 topics that Dr. Nagaswamy is going to address in the Swadeshi Indology as a critique of Pollock. We talked about, the first one was Pollock's Rasa theory. He'll give a response that Pollock doesn't understand Rasa theory. Then we talked about Ramayana, Pollock's Ramayana. Then we talked about Buddhism, his claim that Buddhism, Hinduism were in conflict. Fourth one is chronology. Your views on the chronology, that how the chronology has been distorted and shifting the chronology, particularly being an archaeologist. So tell us about chronology.
Now chronology, we have what we call several eras, what you call Kali Yuga, Sakha era, and these are all mentioned in inscriptions. They help us to fix the date of any event, any person who is ruling, and so on. Now, there is a place in the Chalukya region, Karnataka region, Aihole, where there is an inscription of 6th, 7th century. There is a reference to 2 important eras. One is Kali era, which according to that inscription, it started at the death of Krishna, passing away of Krishna, 3101 BC. That is calculated. And then it also gives the comparative Sakha era. So we know what is the Sakha era and what is its equal in Kali era. And then we have for nearly 1500 years the Kali era is mentioned, hundreds and hundreds of inscriptions. And what you call the Sakha era is mentioned. But they don't want to say that this 3101 is considered the end of Mahabharata. And that era was started at that time. They just suppress it. We don't accept it. Somebody after so many years, they have created new era. This is not scientific analysis. What is there inside, you have to say and accept it. Otherwise, we can always say, question anything on earth. Tell me which one is early.
Yeah.
I can question it.
So one of the conferences after Swadeshi Indology 2, one of the subsequent conferences we are planning is, with your help, a conference on Tamil Nadu, where we bring together all this knowledge about Tamil Nadu and how it's been an integral part of Bharat since the beginning, using all this archaeological data, or using all the other texts and shastras and itihas and all the kavyas in all the different languages, to show this unity over time and unity over space. So that's a future project we want to definitely develop with you.
Yes, you see, one thing we feel very strongly is that we are all historians and archaeologists. We have only a universal approach. We don't have a narrow approach in anything. But whatever we say, we want it must be based on evidence. Subjective reflection cannot be accepted as scientific history. And in most of the ideas expressed by my friend Pollack, they are all subjective. Nothing is objective. We want objective